Hi, True Crime Grapevine. Let me try that again. Hi, True Crime Grapevine fans. Okay, I'm Patti Lee, your dyslexic detective, if you couldn't tell from my little introduction there. We are on to our second Love Kills case, or killer couples. Look, relationships aren't easy, but it's really cheaper to divorce your spouse than, let's say, take them to a safari and have them accidentally shoot themselves. What am I talking about? I am talking about the Larry Rudolph case. So this is a little confusing. Maybe this will help us. Probably not with confusion, as we learned from our last case. Drinking doesn't help us think better. We're going to pair this case with Heart of Glass Strawberry Lemonade. It's a vodka. It's a vodka sour made with vodka. This is made in Toledo, Ohio. Oh, look at that. Heart of Glass. Why? Well, apparently there was heartbreak for our friend here. I probably should have put that over rocks because it was a rocky relationship, but I just poured it into a highball glass. Here's to the poor wife, Bianca Rudolph. So what happened to Bianca? Ooh. Tasty. Really tasty. Unlike not leaving a bad taste in my mouth like the Rudolph's marriage. All right. Highly recommend. All right, so last week, I believe, in the big court cases, I may have just thrown this in at the end because it had just happened as I was taping last Friday. But this man was found guilty. So he was found guilty in a federal court in Denver. Why Denver? Well, Denver's where, I believe it's because that's where okay, sorry about that. Ooh. That's where the insurance agency was located. It's kind of crazy because, hold on a second. They lived in Phoenix. He had a great dental practice. He was worth $15 million, I believe. He had like a franchise of dentist office, part of a franchise. So he was loaded. They had been married 47 years. So there were 6 men and 6 women on this jury. And they reached a verdict saying after 3 weeks and a day, for 3 weeks, the trial was for 3 weeks, and then it took them a day and a half for deliberations to find him guilty. Now, Larry is 67. This happened, he was charged with foreign murder, and this happened in 2016, of his wife of 47 years, Bianca Rudolph. So they were in Zambia. They had gone to a big hunting trip, which I'm not, sorry. Let's just pour a little bit out and have a drink to the poor animals that people are trying to kill. Why are you trying to hunt lions? Hunt deer. There's thousands of them. Or an unendangered bear series. If you really want to be fair, go get a bear. Go fight them. Good luck. Anyways, so no, they went on this big hunting trip. It was their last day. They were getting ready to go home, and Larry said, well, she was packing her bags, and we were in a hurry because we had to get a flight, and it wasn't they were getting a flight then, I think the next day, but she's a nervous flyer. So somehow being a nervous flyer makes you fumble with your hunting rifle. Now, the guide said that the hunting rifle, and their guide is named as Mark Swallenpod. He told investigators that Larry had unloaded the shotgun the day before because they were all done. But Larry said, yeah, I can't remember doing that. I'm not sure. I do not recall. Oh, Larry. So, yeah. Not only does he not recall about that accident, but so she shoots herself in the hotel room. She's dead. He cremates her. because, you know, and not that that would be abnormal, right? Because you got to get the body home anyways, right? But there was an autopsy done, okay? There was an autopsy done. So the really weird thing was that it should have been unloaded, and it wasn't. And the real telltale sign was the autopsy found that the shot couldn't have been made from, like she couldn't have accidentally dropped it and shot herself real close to herself, because it looked like it came from about 6.5 feet away. Well, I wonder who was standing about 6 feet away from her in her hotel room. Somebody who unloaded the gun, maybe, and then reloaded the gun? I don't know. But the jury knows. The jury said, yeah, it was Larry. So I think the really guilt, like the nail in his coffin, proverbially, whoo, it's the dyslexia. It's late. And then I try to say things when I'm drinking. It's a weird flux, people. When he returned to Phoenix days later, he put the shotgun in the garage, as one does, and then 2 years later, you know, as you clean out things, you take your shotgun, you know, because whatever, you maybe take it into 2 different parts, put it into 2 different boxes, and then you pay somebody cash, you know, because why not, to haul away it with a bunch of other trash, because you just needed it taken out. And of course you would put it into different cardboard boxes and take it apart. You weren't trying to hide anything. Were you, Larry? Were you, Larry? You were. Larry. You were. And the jury found out too. So, yes. So prosecutors also accused his girlfriend. Oh, he had a girlfriend. Did I not tell you that? See, the thing is, oops, my wife's dead, cremated, good to go. I'm worth millions and millions. Oh, and he was stupid. He had a 4.3 million insurance. See, if he wouldn't have had a big insurance thing, probably nobody would have even known or cared. But when you try to take an insurance company for 4.3 million, they're gonna wonder. They're gonna make some inquiries. You got greedy, Larry. You got greedy. Oh, well, and now listen, guys. Larry's girlfriend, he had a girlfriend for a long time, apparently. She was a manager of... Larry's a cliche. Yes. He said, hey, look, my wife knew about this affair. She knew. We had an open marriage. Now, she did not, obviously. The woman was a manager of his Pittsburgh area dental franchise. So yeah, he lives in Phoenix. He obviously had to do a lot of business in Pittsburgh, right? So he needed a pit stop. Her name is Lori Milleron. She has been accused of lying to a federal grand jury and of being an accessory. And she was found guilty also by the same jury. So like our Lori Daybell and Vallow case, it looks like I don't know if they were charged together or separately, but it must have been together because she was found guilty by the same jury last Monday, being an accessory after the fact of murder because she was not in Zimbabwe, obstruction of a grand jury because she lied to the grand jury, and of 2 counts of perjury before a grand jury. So obstructing and lying. She was found not guilty of 3 other counts of perjury. So, hey, Lori, good for you. It's another Lori. Ooh, I hate to say a name thing, but so Milleron now she's going to remain free until her sentencing in February, but he was just led back to jail. And yeah, he at the time was worth $15 million, and he claimed he and Bianca had an open marriage, and prosecutors claimed that Bianca was demanding more information. What what does it say? Was demanding more information in finances. Oh, that Larry fired Lori. So he's like, yeah, I got this open marriage. I've got an open marriage. And really, they found out evidence that she was like, hey, the finances look wacky because, he's like putting up this other check and spending money on her. And by the way, not only do the finances look wacky, but I want you to fire that biatch. So, yeah, Larry is a liar. She's going to be sentenced in, I think he will also, I think, be sentenced in, they will both be sentenced in February. And it was so he's from Phoenix. He had his affair and his girlfriend lived in Pittsburgh, but because it was a crime overseas, what was it called? The crime itself was called, what was the crime itself called? A foreign murder. Apparently it makes it federal case. And they prosecuted it in Denver because that's where I think the insurance company was. And it had something to do with the wire transfer and the money there. Don't steal from insurance companies. Don't kill your spouse is the story there. So I guess he will stay in jail. And is probably going to be in jail to the end of his life, hopefully. And she will get sentenced in February. And here's to the Broken Hearts Club. You guys, divorce. Don't kill. But better to be divorced than dead. Don't. And you think you're going to get away with it. We have two of the Mark Petersons, is that right? The Peterson guys, the one cop guy and then the other one who killed Lacey Peterson. Yeah, they're both like trying to get out and they never will. The one's trying to get his police fund. No, see, it doesn't. Quit trying to think you're smarter. You will not get away with murder. Perhaps for a time, you will get caught. All right, so that is it for our Love Kills case. That was the last one. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for when I update. I do sometimes go live. Otherwise, I update at least once a week with plenty of the last week's cases so that you can keep caught up on what everybody's talking about on the True Crime Grapevine. All right. Thank you. And I'm going to get on to my next cases of Little Girls Lost. All right.